So Pearl is the prequel to X, showing us how Pearl became a psychotic and vicious killer, and this time Mia Goth gets a writing credit alongside Ty West, who comes back to direct this film. And this film was shot in secret while they were doing post-production on X, and while I was not the biggest fan of X, I will post a card right here so you guys can check out my review for X. I was not that big of a fan of that movie. I enjoyed elements of that film, but overall it did not really appeal to me. So going into this, I wasn't all that excited as much as a lot of people, because I know a lot of people really do enjoy X, but I am in that minority that really didn't like it all too much. But Ty West comes back to direct this film, also a future sequel called Maxine, that is going to be tying up this whole trilogy. And for the most part, I enjoyed this film. For the most part, I thought it was a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more satisfying, and I think the performances overall was a lot more entertaining. Mia Goth is the star of this film, and there is not a shot without her, I don't believe. There might have been a couple of shots without her, but essentially this is her film, and she has to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Not only emotional, but she has to convince us that she is the same old lady that she played in X. So seeing what made her be a vicious killer was pretty entertaining to see. Overall, I really enjoyed this film for what this film was. It was a little bit more entertaining, it was a little bit more scary, and a little bit more intense. Mia Goth has a wonderful 5-minute monologue towards the end of the film, and I really was captivated by everything that she was saying. Pearl is an aspiring star. She wants to be able to be on the big screen. She wants to dance, but she is so isolated from reality that she's really just stuck on this farm with her family, trying to take care of them. But sometimes she has a little bit of a mommy issue. Her mom doesn't really like her. She gives her a tough time. And for the most part, the banter between Mia Goth and Tandi in this film was one of the most entertaining things that I've seen, because it was really intense and you wanted to see what made her go crazy. This is more of a psychological thriller than it is a horror film, because she is dwelling more into the insane. She's trying to have control of her own life, but she isn't. She goes to the theater where she gets inspired to be a star and be on the big screen so that everybody would know her name. She builds up a really nice relationship with the projectionist, played by David Corenswet, and for the most part, their relationship and their chemistry was alright. It wasn't one of the things that I was really attached to. You could have dealt without that, but I kind of get why they had him in the film, but it was really one of those things where you could have just replaced it. It's not as bloody or as gory as X, but it is very intense. There are a lot of blood shots. The cinematography for this film does look like it was made back in the 1918s, so it feels like it's playing homage to The Wizard of Oz, and that is something that I really enjoyed seeing, mostly because it was really fascinating just seeing how Technicolor it really got. And for the most part, I think the writing in this film was actually fantastic. I really enjoyed it. There were some moments where it slowed down for me just a little bit, but it didn't get me bored as much as X did. There were a lot of moments in this film filled with nice tension and cinematography that really does have some great moments. But I overall enjoyed this film a little bit more than X, but not that much. But I'm really intrigued to see what Ty West is going to do with Maxine, trying to wrap this whole trilogy up. But overall, I'm going to go ahead and give Pearl a stream it. Even though I enjoyed this film a little bit more than X, it was a film that really didn't capture my attention. It's not going to be one of my favorite films of the year, but it was really enjoyable. It was a little bit more entertaining than I actually anticipated, and it actually got me a little bit more excited to see what Ty West and Mia Goth are going to do with Maxine, because it feels like A24 is all in on this franchise, and this is their first franchise. So hopefully they're able to do something and capture more lightning in a bottle with Maxine. But what are your thoughts on Pearl? Did you like it? Did you not? Did you like it a little bit more than X? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on more reviews. Click that bell notification so you get notified every single time that a video pops up. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.